And we will learn about the next lecture from the class 12 chapter 1, what is physics, and this video is from the covering the scope and the experimental. So let's get started. What lies behind the phenomenal progress of physics in the last few centuries? Great progress usually accompanies changes in our basic perceptions. Only qualitative thinking, though no doubt important, is not enough. Quantitative measurement is central to the growth of science, especially physics, because the law of nature happen to be expressible in precise mathematical equations. The second most important insight was that basic laws of physics are universal. The same laws apply in widely different contexts. Lastly, the strategy of approximation turned out very successful. Most observed phenomena in daily life are rather complicated manifestation of the basic laws. Scientists recognize the importance of extracting the essential feature of a phenomena from its less significant aspects. It is not practical to take into account all the complexities of phenomena in one go. A good strategy is to focus first on the essential features, discover the basic principle, and then introduce correction to building a more refined theory of the phenomena. For example, a stone and a feather drop from the same height do not reach the ground at the same time. The reason is that the essential aspect of phenomena, namely free fall under gravity, is complicated by the presence of air resistance. To get the law of free fall gravity, it is better to create a situation wherein the air resistance is negligible. We can, for example, let the stone and the feather fall through a long evacuated tube. In that case, the two objects will fall almost at the same rate, giving the basic law that accelerated due to gravity, the independent of the mass of the object. With the basic law thus found, we can go back the feathers, introduce correction due to air resistance, modify the existing theory, and try to build a more realistic theory of objects falling to the earth under gravity. And also a notes we have reading in this lecture, that is hypothesis, axioms, and the models. One should not think that everything can be proved with physics and mathematics. All physics and also mathematics is based on assumptions, each of which is variously called a hypothesis or axiom or postulate, etc. For example, universal law of gravitation proposed by Newton is an assumption of hypothesis which he proposed out of his ingenuity. Before him, there were several observation experiments and data on the motion of planets around the sun, motion of the moon around the earth, pendulums, bodies falling toward the earth, etc. Each of these required a separate explanation, which was more or less equalitative. What the universal law of gravitation says is that if we assume that any two bodies in the universe attract each other with a force proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Let's read again. What the universal law of gravitation says is that if we assume that any object in the universe attract each other with a force proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Then we can explain all these observations in one stroke. It is not only explain these phenomena, it also allows us to predict the result of future experiments. A hypothesis is a supposition without assuming that it is true. It not be fair to ask anybody to prove the universal law of gravitation because it cannot be proved. It can be verified and substantiated by experiments and observation. An axioma is a self-evident truth, while a model is theory proposed and explain observed phenomena. But you need to not worry at this stage about the nuance in the using these words. For example, next year you will learn about Bohr's model and hydrogen of atom, in which Bohr assumes that an electron is hydrogen atom follows certain rules. In next lecture we discuss about 1.3 physics, technology and society. So this video putting this back.